Hei, se der.
Shit.
Da var vi jaggu tilbake med mer Metal Gear Stian.
Omsider.
Omsider.
Livet, altså. Det skjer så mye ting.
Ja.
Så skal alt skje på torsdager.
Hallo, Ngoni.
Hei!
Nå er det faktisk såpass lenge siden vi spilte dette her igjen, at jeg husker ikke så godt hva vi gjorde sist gang.
Vi sneik oss inn på plasser, og så skjøt vi folk. Og så ballonger med noen folk.
Ja. Jeg tror det er trygt å si.
Ja.
Så ja.
Hva var det vi gjorde?
Jeg vet at
Vi ble oppdaget.
jeg mener å huske at vi unlocket et oppdrag for å sånn et nytt storyoppdrag som vi liksom hadde klart til å gjøre til nå,
Ja.
tror jeg. Jeg er ikke helt sikker. Vi får bare hoppe rett i det og se.
Ja.
Jeg har noen kassetter som jeg ikke har hørt om. The Children Escape. Ja, stemmer det.
Boss, it's me. Eli's revealed what he wants. He wants to speak with you. With Big Boss. He just said,
Så sykt mye greier å trykke på.
Eli's too smart for his own good. No way to tell what he's thinking. All we know for sure is his men are important to him. That means we can use the escaped kids as leverage in any negotiation. Once you've brought the last one back, I'll interrogate him. If the kids do rise up, we'll meet them full force. End of story. I didn't want things to turn out like this. We could have prevented it, but it's too late now. If Eli means to take this all the way, he's gonna force us to do the same. Boss, go get that last kid.
Stemmer det. Det var det som skjedde sist. Ungene stakk av og sånn.
Ja.
Så jeg må hente de.
God damn kids.
Yes.
Gidder være drit.
Ja, takk Ngoni for at du sier dette så proft ut. Ja.
Vi har til og med replikakopper.
Jep.
Yes. Dette går dårlig. Sånn. Sånn. Jeg bare gjør det sånn at det ikke var proft lenger. Sånn.
Skal vi se. Vi kan support eller Intel-plattform. Hva tenker du?
Vi har 2 support og 2 Intel.
Ja, det er 1 av 4, så egentlig...
Der har vi 1 Intel og 2 support. Da kjører vi opp den Intelen der.
Ja, kan gjøre det.
To timer. Ja, da ble det ferdig. Inn forbi spilletida.
Ja, nice.
Det blir ikke en mangfoldige timers episode i dag.
Nei.
Men jeg regner med det blir godt 2 timer. 2,5 timer eller noe sånt.
Så mye vi får tid til. Ja.
Jeg skal til Bryne, faktisk.
Ja, hva som skjer der?
Konsert på Mellombels. Jeg tror det er sånn det uttales, et veldig jærsk ord. Er det Mellombels, eller er det Mellombels? Jeg vet ikke. Det er i hvert fall noen veldig kule band jeg skal spille. Caravan og Slomosa fra Bergen. Det blir gøy. Stoner Rockes.
We finished decoding the informant's report. That floating kid we've run into a few times now. Looks like he was a test subject in clinical experiments. The Soviets called him the third boy.
The third
boy was brought to a lab on the outskirts of Moscow from Czechoslovakia, after which he was due to be sent to a research center in Leningrad, then Siberia, and finally an academic town in Novosibirsk. It doesn't appear that the researchers witnessed the talents we've seen from him, but nevertheless he was quite the popular subject. His latent cognitive abilities suddenly awoke en route to Moscow. According to the report, the third boy was easily influenced by other individuals' biofields. Evil thoughts, in particular. They affected his mind like a virus. extreme anger or resentment, motives for revenge, in other words. Now, during the transport flight to Moscow, the boy was exposed to a powerful mental energy field coming from a certain individual. Ever since, being conscious of his powers, he's become a sort of energy generator. What's unique about him is the way his acute telepathic abilities get taken over by another person's will. The boy began to physically parasitize individuals experiencing extreme anger and codify the host's desires. This includes amplifying the host's natural strengths. Or, in accordance with the host's desires, he can also implant program code in another individual, making them a puppet, essentially. Human neural synapses transmit weak electrical currents between neurons. These electrical currents, though at a level difficult to observe, warp the magnetic field outside the body. The third boy is able to pick up these weak fluctuations. Contrary to psychotronics, which involves controlling the human mind, his abilities as a receptor are too high. The emotions he picks up from another individual are amplified and unleashed into his body as they recur in his brain. They turn into microwaves, which then affect the physical world, triggering paranormal phenomena like the spontaneous combustion of organic matter or psychokinesis, moving an object without touching it. There's one other thing. While he's parasitizing a host, the boy's ego gets shut away, allowing the will of the host to take control of his powers, like some annoying static drowning out your own voice. That means he isn't responsible for what's been happening. Somebody's extreme anger has manifested through the third boy's powers in ways none of us could have predicted, which would mean this was going on somewhere around us. Looking back on it, a lot of things make sense now. The man on fire, Sahelanthropus, they both came to life thanks to the third boy's powers. Everything has been happening through him as a catalyst. We first saw him in the hospital on Cyprus. The boy parasitizing the man on fire's desire for revenge gave him his new abilities in return. He next appeared.
Alright.
Da oppdrag her, skal vi se. Ja, Proxy War Without End. Nytt hovedoppdrag.
Yeah. Okay, so eliminate the CFA armored column assembling to the north of Nova Braga Airport. The column contains many large-scale fighting vehicles.
Aha. Dette det såpass lenge siden jeg at jeg husker det ikke engang. Så...
Ta med nukes.
Ja, jeg tror vi må... Ja takk, vil gjerne ha bedre... Upgrade, please. Tror vi gjør hun den.
Yeah.
Så kan hun sparke litt fra seg der, og så i stedet for...
Sleepy Sniper. Den
gjør oss denne.
Yes. Yes! Yes! Sato spør, hvilken er favorittkompanjongen, og hvorfor er det D-Dog? Fordi han er the best dog.
Ja, det er fordi han forteller deg hvor folk er.
Ja.
Som er veldig nyttig når du vil bare snike uten å måtte scoute en plass på forhånd.
Og når man fikk skin til at han kan være en Shiba Inu, så er jo bare verden enda bedre.
Ja, just det.
Bestest boy, helt rett.
Oh, yes. Men jeg er veldig glad i Quiet også.
Ja.
Men
Quiet kick-ass.
Hun er på en måte litt sånn... Hun spiller for deg på en måte.
Ja.
Og det gjør at jeg synes D-Dog er kjekkere. Og så er jeg en sneaky boy selv. Så D-Dog er den perfekte sneaky boy companion.
Oh yes.
Mens Quiet er den perfekte rive av skjorta og springe inn med Killer Bee bazooka companion.
Yes. Ja, av og til så må du deal litt damage.
Ja.
Og det er det vi tydeligvis skal gjøre i dag. Jeg leste litt heavy military equipment.
The CFA are assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport. Your job is to wipe them out. Listen to the tape for the contract details. Just be aware that the column's commander served with 5 Commando and later made a name for himself in South Africa's 32 Battalion. He's a hardened veteran, so don't take him lightly. Boss, I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map.
Gunship, 2 tanks, 2 armored
CFA are
vehicles.
gearing up for a large-scale attack against Angola's MPLA government. They're assembling an
Alrighty.
armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport and will be ready to move soon. We've been contracted by the MPLA to put a stop to them. But the civil war will keep burning on, whether we accept this job or not.
De som
Another
er
east-west
oppe, de kjører
proxy
imot
war
deg
with
begge
the
to.
communist MPLA on one side and the capitalist-funded CFA on the other.
Ja.
An endless seesaw of blood and violence played out in the hands of the superpowers. I had my doubts at first, but I think we should take this job. Skullface is gone, but Cypher still remains. Competition with rival PFs will only get more intense. For us to survive, we need to expand our organization and get strong enough that
Ja,
no
helt
one
sant,
can
sant
threaten
du.
us.
Det var ganske
So our
kult.
only option is to fight and
Vi
grow.
har ikke gjort noe
Fight
særlig
and
online
grow.
i dette da. Det er ganske
Der er de, der
vanskelig.
er de.
Ja.
Nuke.
Shit. Shit. Kan jeg stoppe de og hjelpe med de? Nei. Shit. Ja,
Det var ambisiøst. Ring ut foran konvoien og bare...
Jeg har lyst til å følge noen.
Ja.
The CFA are assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport. Your job is to wipe them out.
Men den lensflaren der minner meg en gang om Death Stranding. Fuck, nå kommer det BTs. Ikke helt alt med den. Der stoppet det.
Det gjorde jeg.
Der stoppet han. Han stoppet. No.
Snake, are you okay?
Kan du hive ut en mine eller et eller annet, så
Ja,
disabler de?
det er ting som er utstyr som vi ikke har, som vi kunne brukt.
Oi! Oi!
To the north of
Han er stopp.
Nova Braga Airport.
Ah,
Your job is to wipe them out.
Vær så god. Jeg tror kanskje det var litt ambisiøst å prøve å stjele de, sånn sett.
ja,
Vi kan egentlig heller fokusere på å ødelegge de.
kill them all.
Det kan kanskje også være lurt å kalle en hest.
The CFA are assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport. Your job
Eller en bil.
is to wipe them out.
Ja.
Listen to the tape for the contract details. Just be aware that the column's commander served with 5 Commando and later made a name for himself in South Africa's 32 Battalion. He's a hardened veteran, so don't take
Så
him
at den
lightly.
killerbeat skulle dumpe borti kameraet der. med basically.
From the intel
Og
team.
har lagt en liten sånn...
Targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map.
Stemmer det. Sneak Eater. Hvis du...
Hvordan er det jeg tar hun...
Skal vi vente litt. Hvis du bare tar cover me,
Ja, da er det...
L1, og så der, og så trykker inn igjen.
Fire at will.
Og så springer du bare bort. Så kommer du til å finne en posisjon etter hvert. Jeg har allerede begynt å angripe fiender. Fantastisk.
Ok. Come on! Get up, get up. Wow! Okay. Hang on.
Talk to me! Snake!
The CFA are assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport. Your job is to wipe them out.
Hvis du tacker opp på de pennen, så veksler du mellom de to våpnene.
Come on.
Og han er ødelagt. Og egentlig at vi har ikke så veldig bra rakettkastere.
Nei.
For vi har liksom ikke fokusert så veldig på å oppgradere det.
The CFA are assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport. Your job is to wipe them out.
Nice!
We have new targets. Check your iDroid for the details.
Oh yes.
Åh, yes! Åh, nydelig. Ok, next one. 800 meter.
Good work.
Onbekende vijandelijke vechter en zich bezig om contact te bewerkstelligen.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Har med decoys, spør Sanko.
Det er det vi ikke har. Vi har ikke kjøpt det, eller for det. For det hadde faktisk vært litt nyttig, ja.
Kom denne veien, den kilometer. Good shit. Come on, come on. Come on. Ok. Bare sikte med en gang. Nei, det er noen andre.
Ja,
En dude. Stakkars dude. Der, ja. Nei. Mother... Nice. Han har... Jo, han har råd det. Konge. Nei!
Snake, are you okay? Snake!
Vanligvis har jeg jo pleid å spille disse oppdragene på forhånd, men jeg har ikke fått tid i det siste, så
Neida, men
jeg vet ikke ikke helt hva vi gikk til.
God damn, for en farlig det har vært siden sist merking jeg vet. Holy shit. Han må vekk på tårnet. Eller felten. Nydelig. Nydelig. Well fucking played.
He's coming too. Roger that.
På vei inn i krysset der. Det er en tank. Han har stoppet. Ja. Ingen som merker en random dude på å springe gjennom basen der, altså. Fuck yes. One.
Just one target left. You gotta extract him.
En kilometer vekke. Skal se rangen på killingen.
Ikke jeg heller.
That's an enemy gunship. Don't try to
Takk,
take down
Ocelot.
Yes, enemy gunship.
We'll win in a head-to-head
Er du
shootout.
sikker?
Try to get behind it and take it down with missiles.
Yes. Yes. There we go.
Good work. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Nei.
Ta helikopteret rett i fjeset etterpå. Rett her,
Mission
rett her.
complete. Great work.
Du skal få ett slag. Ok. What? Ja, men... Hits taken 1. Come alerts 2. No retries, no kills, no retries?
Ja, vi fikk 0 poeng for det.
Ja, sånn, ja. Selvfølgelig, ja.
Men vi gjorde det såpass fort. 6,5 minutt.
Ja.
At vi fikk S. Ja.
Fett.
Ja.
Nå må trekke ut noen tankser. Kjekt å ha. The Hamburgers of Cass Miller 4.
Mer hamburgere.
Yes. Punching Viper. All right.
Boss, as we suspected, the mastermind behind the kid's escape was Eli. It's hard to believe, but apparently he'd been plotting an armed uprising against us. He could be hiding something else too. Ocelot's gonna press him for answers. Get back here as quick as you can.
Smooth.
Hell yes.
Nå har det vært så travlt i det siste at I går, altså første dagen etter et stint med nattskift, så tok jeg det all out og spilte Skyrim til goddamn 6:30 dagen morges.
Nice.
Det var sånn starved
I told you.
på
Your father's
spilling.
not
Ja.
here.
They're back.
Yes, they're back. But don't get any bright ideas. Your quarters are under full surveillance. Your weapons privileges have been suspended. No more uprisings for you. Did you really think it would be that easy, Commander? You'll get your boys back.
Det er Lego som har fått han
You can see the boss too.
også til å se ut som Troy Baker også.
Ja.
First, I need to know what you sent them to do
They wanted to leave.
to their homelands.
They wanted to go home. That's all.
So they were just homesick then.
Not quite. Military warlords, PFs, the armies that murdered their families. Cousins, brothers, parents. They all had someone they wanted to kill. I told them, last chance to face the world with no regrets.
Last chance?
You better be ready for your drag back here. Ready to face the world as enemies.
No!
Oh shit.
Yes.
Oh man. I recognize that face anywhere.
I'm not like you! Goodbye, father. I don't need you anymore.
Fin callback til Metal Gear Solid, der når han hopper inn I Metal Gear på samme måte som han går inn.
Fuck yes. Ah. Er det gullhelikopteret?
Ja, nei, på noen dicks.
What the fuck? Nei, no.
Was Ralph really an accident? Or did Eli just rig it to stir up the boys? Either way, he had to have been planning for this all along. Bidding farewell to the world.
Fuck yes.
Nice. Det fra 4'en.
Ja. Ja, det er vel det ene...
Den ene PMC-en.
PMC, ja.
Ja.
Løgnes med det 4, det er det goddamn reklamene.
For en intro til et spill.
Det er så bra gjort!
Det er sykt bra.
Det er så sinnssykt bra gjort! Holy shit.
Ja, nei.
Boss, we're looking for the kids in Sahalanthropus, but there's still no sign of them. We don't know if the chopper pilot is alive either. What have we gone and put in the hands of
Pequod!
those kids?
My
We don't know how bad
Pequod!
this is until we find them.
Han er ikke bare
Also,
the
regarding
chopper
our
pilot, han er the
concerns about
chopper
Eli,
pilot.
I finished looking into whether or not he's a product of that project. I have an answer. I'll put it on tape. Give it a listen.
Ja, det var... Hvem han hadde, fuck han. Who cares?
Pequod, det er litt sånn som Air Force One.
Okay.
At,
Det er helikopternavnet, eller...
det er helikoptere som Boss flyr I.
Ja.
Det er Pequod.
Sea Golden. Ja, men hvis Liquid er der, hvor er Solid?
Ja,
Hvor er Solid at this point of time?
jeg tror han å fullføre den setningen med en ganske massiv spoiler.
Nydelig. Nydelig. Ja, men det er fett. Det er fett. Det er kult. Det er sjukt løye.
Det er ingen referanser til Solid i dette spillet.
Ja, ok.
Ja, det er helt sant, Salto.
Ja, men tenk hvis Kojima fikk med seg rettighetene på Metal Gear, altså.
Ja, men...
Det hadde vært noe, det.
Men, altså, spillene er så bra som de er på grunn av Hideo Kojima uansett, så hva han lager, så er jeg down, altså.
Ja. Men det er bare en så jævlig kule verden han har skapt her.
Eli hijacking Sahelanthropus. We know how he got it moving. It was Emmerich. He used the kids in the staff living quarters to carry out his repairs. We got the details on tape. You're gonna want to hear this.
Drama. Salto spør om vi har sett den sekvensen som ble droppet.
Ja, jeg har sett den.
Det kjenner ikke jeg til. Men det spørs en spoiler for meg, eller hva er det?
Ja, altså, jeg tror, hvis jeg husker riktig, så er den sekvensen som ble droppet på en måte slutten på det vi nettopp opplevde.
Ok.
Og jeg tror ikke det er noe særlig mye mer referanser til Eli og det etter dette nå,
Ok.
det endelige spillet. Så det er litt dumt at den bare aldri ble ferdig da. Ja, men det kan vi se på etterpå.
Ja, det kan vi. Konami kan få lov til å lage remakes. Og så... selge Metal Gear tilbake til Kojima. Ja.
Jeg vil egentlig bare ha en remake av Metal Gear Solid 3. Det er det eneste jeg ber om. Og ellers så kan serien være ferdig for min del.
For min del så vil jeg ha en ny remake av 1.
Det hadde vært kos det også.
Ja.
Men...
Jeg vil ha en remake av 1 i en moderne engine.
Ja. Jeg har vært an på det også. Men det er 3-en jeg er mest sulten på en remake av. Fordi tingen er at måten 3-en fungerer på, det er sykt bra, men det er også veldig sånn knotete, fordi det har fortsatt den samme styringen som de gamle spillene og sånt. Ja. Bare lagt på mer ting og sånt. Og det funker sykt bra i både Metal Gear Solid og Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, fordi, ja.
Du spiller med reglene som er skapt på det spillet. Altså, spillet er fortsatt med de samme reglene, liksom.
Ja, og 3-en også er jo fortsatt sånn legit dritbra. Det er forutspillet mitt i serien og sånt, og når du er vant med styringen, så funker det. Men det er litt for ambisiøst til den styringen det har da. Så det er litt sånn,
Ja, nei, jeg bare forelsker meg helt med hele settingen i Metal Gear Solid 1 med herregud, den basen som har verdens kuleste navn. Det datt ut med en gang.
I en, Shadow Moses.
Shadow Moses.
Looking back on it, a lot of things make sense now. The man on fire, Sahelanthropus, they both came to life thanks to the third boy's powers. Everything has been happening through him as a catalyst. We first saw him in the hospital on Cyprus. The boy parasitizing the man on fire's desire for revenge gave him his new abilities in return. He next appeared at the Hamid Fighters Fort where the honeybee was hidden. There, the boy parasitized Skullface's vengeful mind. He controlled Sahelanthropus, making it do whatever Skullface wanted. Same goes for when we extracted Emmerich onto the chopper. When he appeared at the Devil's House in Central Africa, Skullface's will controlled the man on fire via the third boy's powers. Everything is clear up to this point. But even the informant couldn't pinpoint who the host was in the cave within Surat power plant. Sahelanthropus suddenly became active, then crushed not only the man on fire, but Skullface as well. Surely neither of them could have been the host. Who else was at that location and bore anger more extreme than either of them? Whose will was controlling Sahelanthropus? According to the report, emotions transmitted in children's brains affect the surrounding magnetic field more strongly. Cerebral nerves are covered with insulation called myelin sheaths to increase impulse speed. The reason for this leakage has to do with the fact that children's myelin sheaths are still developing. So, how many children do you remember being there? Children with a burning desire for revenge and bearing a grudge against you. I can think of only one. Eli. We don't know what kind of life he's had, but the resentment he's shown toward adults is nothing short of extraordinary. The third boy resonated with Eli's mind. And that means Eli bore the strongest animosity of all individuals within the boy's reception range, estimated to be a 3-mile radius, beating out even Volgan and Skullface. The third boy has probably remained hooked on Eli's anger since. You remember at the Devil's House, the third boy showed an interest in Shabani? That must have been his ego making a rare appearance. He may possess abilities far beyond anyone else in the world, but he's still a kid. Maybe them both being kids was enough to bring them together. And if so, maybe with Eli, he isn't feeding off him, but acting in symbiosis with him.
For fortsette å høre på den kassetten etterpå.
Ja. Men jeg kunne lyst til å spille Metal Gear Solid 1 nå.
Jeg har hatt lyst til å spille 3-en igjen ganske.
De er så bra spill.
Ja.
Det er amazing. It's the dog.
Hell yes. PW, altså Peace Walker? Eller
Kan det være Phantom Pain, jeg mener. Phantom Pain går på. Ville ha et nytt Peace Walker. Coopen der var rad as fuck. Håpet på at Peace Walker skulle ha coop.
Ja.
Skrivelegt.
Og coopen i Peace Walker var ganske bra, altså, men det spillet det lider litt av å være et co-spill også, på en måte. Det er egentlig mest av å være et PSP-spill.
We've received some new job offers.
Ja.
The details are on your iDroid.
Så Kojima var veldig ferdig med MGS. Det har han sagt til en original Metal Gear.
Ja, jo.
Han har sagt seg ferdig med alt, alltid. Men nå får du jo startet film, TV og musikkavdeling.
Ja.
Det er jo rad som bare det. Det som har vært fett, som musiker så hadde det vært, eller jeg kan si som musiker, det de burde gjort med den musikkavdelingen, å ha et label eller noe distribusjon eller et eller annet, for han har sinnssykt bra musikksmak, Kojima. Ekstremt bra. Ja, veldig variert. Så hvis han kan drive et label, eller vet ikke hvordan de er med å produsere, men i hvert fall som fungerer som et plateselskap, eller noe sånt som det. Eller distributør i Japan. Helt amazing på mange artister.
The third boy showed an interest in Shabani. That must have been his ego making a rare appearance. He may possess abilities far beyond anyone else in the world, but he's still a kid. Maybe them both being kids was enough to bring them together. And if so, maybe with Eli, he isn't feeding off him, but acting in symbiosis with him. So what kick-started the third boy's powers? If we look at the location and time that his plane went down, we can make a pretty good guess. When the plane experienced the first anomaly, it gave an accurate report of its position to a control tower, due north of the Black Sea, 125 miles east of Kiev. Dead south on the Black Sea is Cyprus's Green Line. So the plane's position was directly north of the hospital where you'd been asleep for 9 years. And this anomaly was reported at exactly the same time that you woke up. The plane was enveloped in flame from the inside out. The fuselage burnt to ashes. There were no survivors, at least not publicly admitted. Your thoughts formed a synchronicity with the boy's psyche and were amplified inside his brain. That would have been more than enough to trigger his abilities. Your rage was like a big bang in his head, blowing the lid off his powers. The boy was then secretly moved to the lab outside of Moscow where Volgin was comatose. There, Volgin's thoughts resonated with the boy and he was awakened. Volgin became the man on fire, hell-bent on getting revenge. His instincts led him straight to you. Skullface knew Volgin from Operation Snake Eater, or perhaps from even before. Monitoring this pair of extraordinaries, he discovered the hospital and sent his assassin and XOF. Skullface was probably watching the situation from close by. Then, realizing how useful...
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Reacting to Skullface's thirst for revenge, this time the boy let Skullface's will control Volgin. Volgin, at times driven by personal revenge, at times through Skullface's will, kept on moving, though his body was little more than dead meat.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Even your thoughts affected him as well. But without the boy's power, it was like the plug had been pulled from the socket. Everything was powered by anger, malice, revenge. This is how the end of the report sums things up. Both the third boy and the man on fire were originally test subjects of paranormal research for military applications, like telekinetically controlling the leader of an enemy nation and making him launch a nuke, or stopping the heart of someone on the wrong side of the Berlin Wall, experimenting with latent human abilities. They were used as tools of the Cold War. The boy's only crime was gifts, but he was sacrificed on the altar of war. His life reduced to slavery under other people's wills, turned into a living weapon with no will of his own. Eventually, the only emotion he could feel...
You gotta extract him.
...the desire to get revenge for the hand he'd been dealt. Boss, it's you that awakened the boy's powers. But there's more to it than that. I guess the anger emanating from you was something he could truly relate to.
Shit.
Okay.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Diamanter der, sier jeg.
Yeah. Shit.
You gotta extract him.
Han en stilldown contest med geitene.
That's the target.
Ja, det var sånn, ja, vi skulle jo ekstracte en
He was off base
missing
during the
boy.
attack 9 years ago. Bring him home, boss.
Det er så bra som springer. Erratic. Elsker animasjonene i spillet her. Altså. Jesus. Han er jo helt fucked. Could it be?
Boss? Is that you? 9 years. 9 years.
One of the guys out on a mission at the time. He's fallen a long way from the glory days. But will he come back to us?
9 år. Jesus.
Bring him home, boss.
Stakkar.
Boss, we've got the results of Eli's genetic tests. We can finally put this worry behind us.
We used the PCR technique and conducted DNA fingerprinting of the copied DNA sequences. Neither is mainstream science yet, but the concepts and procedures are sound. Both tests say there is 0% chance that the two of you are blood relatives, meaning the results are negative. He's not your son, nor is he your clone. He's just another person.
It was 12 years ago that Zero made plans to clone you. Eli's age and appearance certainly are a good fit. I admit the first time I saw him, I did a double take. But it looks like we were worried for nothing. Eli isn't your clone. Though you might still have one somewhere out there.
But if Eli isn't the boss's clone, why does he seem so obsessed with him? Not to mention having one hell of an attitude for his age.
I don't know. Learning the truth about himself, cursing the fact he's a clone, bearing a grudge against selfish adults, and coming to hate who he was cloned from. Big boss. If that were really the case, I could understand it. I might even feel a bit sorry for him. But no clone could have a totally different DNA fingerprint. And the test left no room for error. You yourself were there when we drew Eli's blood sample.
Come to think of it, when we went to OKB-0, he'd snuck onto a chopper and was there.
Yeah.
He was acting strange even then. Or actually from a little before that time.
That was exactly when we began these tests.
Maybe he suspected something when we drew the sample, not knowing what we were doing to him, and becoming mistrustful of us.
Hard to say. Eli's had an attitude problem from day
Ikke han
one.
å komme seg
So
gjennom
what
her.
is he then?
Well, if he's going to tell us that himself, we'll need to get him to open up more first.
God damn it.
Den spørsmålet har dere spilt. Ingen bart. Kan Snake ha bart? Vi har spilt i under en time i dag.
Jeg tror ikke Snake kan ha bart, nei.
Eller kan hunden ha bart? Vi skal ha bart.
Å ja. Ja, jeg har bart. Vi har ikke bare bart, vi har ikke stilen bart. Vi har bart på en del av skjegget.
Ja.
Ja.
Ja. Dere skal ha bart.
Jeg har faktisk vurdert det, men
Bart only.
ja, men da, jeg vet ikke, jeg er ganske glad i skjegget mitt.
Ja.
Så jeg,
Ja, må beholde skjegget. Ja, det går aldri. Glenn er offshore, så han har bart.
ja,
Skullface. Real name unknown. Born in Hungary, more specifically northern Transylvania, after it reverted to Hungary from Romania. While he was young, the country allied with Germany as part of the Axis powers, but later during the war, it came under Soviet occupation. The Hungarians struggled for independence, but the Soviets came down hard. Just like he said, time and again, the country was ruled by a foreign tongue. When he was a young boy, he lost his native language, the bedrock for any developing child. His country, his family, his face, his identity, everything was stolen from him. All he had left was his skull. Skullface first tried his hand at espionage during all the chaos from the war.
Ut og handle.
Agents, military officials, and soldiers who operated out of Hungary during the war vanished over the course of several months. This Soviet spy hunt rocked the counter-intel world. Mysterious fatal illnesses, accidental deaths, drownings, people having strokes behind closed doors. Just like Stalin, no one knew who was behind it. But all you need to do was look for who had the motive. They were all taken out by a man without a face. And now we've got an idea of how he did it too. He'd gotten revenge for his people, but he wasn't finished. Skullface defected to the West, eventually ended up with the SAS. That's where he met Zero. It's possible he began planning this whole thing back then. It's hard to say.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Zero made him his XO. He always did have a thing for oddballs. But this one was sent to lead a unit no one else would know about. Zero created Fox. He also formed XOF as a support team. An unconventional special forces unit designed to support Fox, make it stronger, with Skullface giving the orders. Zero never even told the boss about it, nor the CIA, naturally. If Fox was Zero's silver bullet, XOF was the recoil when he pulled the trigger. It's like Newton's third law. While you were with Fox, Skullface was operating behind the scenes. Sometimes as your backup, sometimes as a mole or scout, sometimes as your cleanup crew. Fox's tale, making sure the mission succeeded and that you survived.
No.
We only have his word to go on, but Skullface's goal was revenge against those who'd used language to subjugate people. Those corrupting a people's identity by forcing a those using the power of language to control information. Naturally, that said
he's coming too. Roger that.
To Zero, English was simply the most convenient code. English was a parasite. And by eradicating it, he'd stop the world from being eaten away. If that didn't work, he was ready to see the world scorched by nuclear fire. To save language, culture, and race from annihilation, he was willing to overstep the hands of the doomsday clock. That is, of course, if you believe anything he had to say.
Come on, burger time. Yes.
Rise and shine, old-timer. It is complete. I had our best and brightest working overtime, fine-tuning the greatest burger the world has ever known. I call it the chemical burger. What on earth is that color? Now, don't judge a burger by its color. Go on, try it. I am not very hungry. What? Oh, I get it. Now, sure, it's loaded with additives, but each one's been approved by the WHO for human consumption. Come on, one little bite's not gonna kill you. Are you sure of that? Fine. Well, what do you think? It is perfect, right? Right? This takes me back to the taste of my youth. The neon signs on the Mother Road. Oh, I can see them now. So, what do you think of our signs now? And it doesn't just taste great. You won't believe how cheap it is to make. And because it's pumped up with preservatives, it won't spoil easily in regions lacking refrigerated storage or transportation infrastructure. This bad boy could even solve Africa's hunger problem. Excuse me. People will no longer fight over food or find reason to hate one another. Mankind will come together, reunited between these fluffy buns. Forget Pax America.
You gotta extract him.
Say hello to Pax Hamburgana. Pax Hamburgana. Skullface thought that destruction was the way to free the peoples of the world from American imperialism. But this is different. Tackling something head-on just makes for more conflict. Only by uniting the world can its various inhabitants truly become free. Having lived as an American parasite as long as I have, I know what I'm talking about. The Chemical Burger is poised to be the greatest liberating force the world has ever known. An ethnic liberator. Burger. Now all I need is a better brand image, starting with a name. And I gotta run, old-timer. I'll catch you later.
Talk.
Nydelig.
Go get him.
Gå for å bare på rasten bare lage en burger som han gamlingen liker. Altså. Ja, men bare løse sultproblemer i verden.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Er det noen knall i kaffen? Akkurat nå har vi drukket opp kaffen, men den var jækla god.
Ja. Kan du alltid lage en batch til?
Ja. Skal jeg ta og så hive opp disse folka, så
Ja.
jeg kan følge med dem. Altså.
Det er bare å kjøre bort til objective-området.
Ja.
You gotta extract him.
Stjela. Og så jeg trykker rett knapp, så jeg ikke følger med mulig som det. Garnes. begynner det å regne, så blir det gjennomført på
Oppdrag var det noe på vei mot meg.
Capture the legendary ibis.
Aha, det tror jeg er fint.
Ja, det er en slags gaselle-lignende ting. Fokus. Over Portegler.
Coming too. Roger that. You gotta extract him.
Stealth.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Jeg etterlot meg ingen vitner, så teknisk sett så ble jeg aldri sett. Og det spin me right round, baby right round. Ikke helt feil. There's no one to notice when there's no one to notice. Helt korrekt. Perfect stealth. Akkurat som de spiller Hitman ved å ta ut alle på kartet og samle dem på bad eller en egen. Jeg er i den setningen der, og jeg blir det. It's me. Det er sånn jeg spiller Hitman. Nei. What the hell? Så må jeg gjøre byen med masse bad guys i. Thank you kindly. Nå må vi styre ned den byen her.
Ja, ok. Det er mer fiender å lute. Og ja, vi er her da. Det er jo her... jeg fant Code Talker.
Her da.
Det står en bil der allerede. Du kan sikkert bare følge med den bilen da.
Ja, se det.
Ja, stemmer. Det er dårlig. Det er mye bra videoer av folk som for eksempel dreper alle i en level med en sånn eksplosiv eller noe tilsvarende. Liksom. For å bare samle alle på en plass.
Jeg husker det var min favoritt. Det er en ballong der, ja. Løye. Favoritt bug med Hitman 1, det første Hitman-spillet.
Ja.
Det faktiske Hitman 1. Hvor du kunne dual-wielde. Og så var det en bug til at hvis du dual-wielde, så fikk våpenet du hadde i venstre hånd, det brukte ammo-counteren til det våpenet du hadde i høyre hånd. Hvis du hadde en beretta med 13 kuler i magasinet, og hadde avsagt hagla i venstre hånda, så kunne du bare, så hadde du plutselig det semi-automatiske avsagte hagla med 13 skudd i venstre hånda. Så du gikk jo bare og bare blæste alle. Fysikken gikk haywire. Altså, det var skikkelig old school actionfilm, hvor bare folk føyk jo over levelene.
Amazing.
Det var kunst, var det var.
Husker det var det første spillet jeg så som hadde sånn ragdoll physics?
Ja. Det var du er en ekte gutt. har hjelmer på seg. Kan jeg skyte deg i fjeset? Kan jeg vet det? Nei, du merker ingenting. Nå skyter jeg deg i fjeset. Sånn!
Smooth.
Jeg fikk noen ny musikk også på veien.
Ja, du fikk den der
Spin me
right round. Ja. Fantastisk at de har lisensiert den.
Hvordan snakket du det? Du sto inne.
Han hørte det.
Sånn. Det er noen som stinker her.
Ja.
Fluer og greier. Big stinker. Fatter du det?
Det gjorde han det.
Kom an. Kom an.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Ja, den ligger til veggen. Sånn.
Kom da.
Sikt med gunneren. Ja, det går. Ikke det move der. Men ja, er det noe som er rett innenfor dør der som tiltrekker de fluene, eller hva er greia?
Det er noe skjettent i hvert fall.
Ja.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Nice. Det var slik bra.
Det der ser ut som en jobb for Sleep Grenade.
Oh yes. Nei!
De står utenfor, ja. Ut.
Fuel resources. Jeg så for meg at det er bare esker stappfullt med sånn en big lightere eller sånn engangslightere. Hva er det? Einer-lighter, er det det heter?
Ja, alltid det jeg pleide å kjøpe når jeg likte.
Ja.
Så det er store og gode å trykke på.
Ja, ja. Ja, big lighterne er så...
Det er sånn...
Hei, man. Åh!
Ja, jeg klarer det. Yes.
Jesus lord!
De der decoyen, altså, de er... Det var dette et skrekkspill.
Ja, så men hvor kan jeg...
Raskeste veien ut er inn der til venstre, men det er sikkert rett ved siden ut for. Det er en dør rett der som leder ut.
Ja. Ja, spørsmål. Definitivt.
Stealth!
There's no one to notice when there's no one to notice. Det skulle vært sånn fysikk at håret bare dunkte borti den. Dunk, 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 dunk.
Ja, så et av mine YouTube-videoer eller klipp fra spill er i Bloodborne,
Ja.
og hun som har den jævla metallhatten og sklir ned stigen.
Det er så bra. Men jeg hørte at lyden var lagt på i post.
Ja,
At lyden ikke var på spillet. Det er litt skuffende.
Ja.
Men god damn, så funny det er.
Hilarious.
Det er min humor, altså. Ja.
Ja, men ja, hvor det oppdraget? Du skal ta fram kartet.
Det rett på andre siden, så det rett ned I dalen på nedsiden her.
Ja, ok. Det som markerne. Det som markerne.
Ja. Come on! Rett I sjagen. Og du... Stå stilt. Rett I moen.
Slutt.
Det var ok. Alright.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Han har skjoldet sitt. Nice.
Kom her. Kom så. Ja! Skjoldet henger igjen I lufta. Det nydelig. Sånn Wile E. Coyote-shit.
Ja.
Han hørte det. Litt tid på å... Hva kommer ned her igjen?
Coming too.
Ja.
Roger that.
Det ingen. Ok, du skal der. Alright, han ned.
Kommer ut hovedgjengen.
Ja. Men det så fint, vet du. Altså, møtes vi bare akkurat det som vi møtes. Sånn. Kom an. Kom så. Come on! Altså. Jesus. Så vanskelig. Det så rart. Altså, det så mange folk som forsvinner på dette huset her. Jeg vet ikke hva det for noe. Altså, de ansetter nye folk og nye folk og nye folk og nye folk. Men det ingen som forblir. Åh, da ble vi den kanonen rett. Og sikta fint rett ned, og... Hei. Nei. Så. Strek natt.
Ja, du traff han. Granat.
Nice. Så alarmen går av I the instant jeg skyter den I fjeset.
Når du klatrer opp der, så bare klatrer du gjennom gjerdet.
Ja. Sånn! Kjekt å ha.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Jeg tror det kan gjenskape den beste scenen fra Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Han sier, yeah! I begynnelsen så det en legetøy. Det litt Donatello som bytter på en sånn en...
Den filmen såpass lenge siden jeg har sett at det ikke.
Hva ser jeg stuben igjen?
Trikant.
Det er så spennende. Yes! Åh, gud, det er så stupid.
Ja. Nydelig.
Alright. Good.
Vi ser jo noen dyr allerede nå som de der har maka for, men det er vel ikke det vi er på jakt etter.
Det er jo fugl, da. La oss ikke skyte fugler med maskingevær. Hvem enn som fant opp lydretten på den, fortjener en gullmedalje, altså. Staffan it. It's a good dog.
Okay.
Forgel, ikke tenk der, kan du forgel. Det er ingen som synes det er rart med alle våpen som ligger rundt der heller. Så
Nei.
det er korrekt.
Ja, har man.
There he is.
That's the target.
That's the target.
That's the target. Iris er en... Ja, det er en sånn påfugl-ting det. En fugl, da.
Stemmer det. Det må nok en ganske kul ting nå. Jeg tror hva den er.
Den blir jeg bare med bossen. Fikk med meg en Zoe i klistermarkeren.
Ja. Nå har vi sikkert en del sånne...
Hand of Jehudi.
Yes. Nå har vi sikkert en del sånne... forutbøsene på de hjørnene, vet du.
Ja.
Du kan bare sette det i gang herfra.
Ja, du vet hvordan du gjør det.
Ja.
Da kan jeg drikke kaffe.
Først og fremst så må vi sette i gang utviklingen av Hand of Jehudi. Det er faktisk en legit dritkul ting.
Jehudi, er ikke det en av de mechsa i Zoe? Ja?
Så det er en Zone of the Enders referanse.
Zone of the Ender, var det bare. Jeg husker bare Zoe. Zone of the Ender. Var ikke det gått på PlayStation Plus, eller på noe...
Det tror jeg ikke. Det er ganske lenge siden det kom noe nytt sånt. Det siste var på... Eller...
Nei, jeg føler... Eller var det Game Pass som kom på det eller annet? Jeg føler jeg akkurat så noe Zone of the Enders-greier. Den remastered som kom for noen år siden.
Ja. Det kan godt stemme.
Hand of Jehudi. Make custom capture procedures. Fire its detachable wisp weapon forward. Capturing and pulling target soldiers prisoners back toward the user.
Yep.
Åh,
Den effective range up og battery capacity.
nydelig. Og vi har nok til dere der nå.
Ja. Det har vi. Men vi må vente litt før vi kan opp det der. Nei, det er mye kule sånne endgame-greier i dette spillet.
Og det var en plass pluss 2019. Jeg føler akkurat så jeg så et eller annet. Jeg føler akkurat synes jeg så en Sony Video for The Collection en eller annen plass på et av mine datasystemer.
What was your goal in having the children repair Sahelanthropus.
I just answered their questions. I had no idea they would actually try to fix it. I mean, can you imagine a child piloting it?
Oh, sure, easily.
It wouldn't work.
I bet it's just like riding a bike.
I said it didn't work.
Who did you try?
I didn't.
Did you put your son in it?
We never did that.
His name was, Hal, wasn't it? I thought you said you never saw his face. But you made him pilot Sahelanthropus. You used him in your experiments.
He wanted to get in.
Nei, det var jeg som
It was such a short
lagde
time
gjennom
we had.
biblioteket på PlayStation Plus på PlayStation min. Så jeg det der. Så jeg hadde
We were
kjøpt det.
happy.
You're
Jeg
still happy now.
hadde lastet den
Changing your lives
Eller
to
lagt
suit
the
the
collection.
listener and getting by slipping through the cracks. Building layer upon layer of
1. september
convenient stories
2019.
until nothing means anything to you anymore. You're happy all the
Stemmer.
time.
Toen
Because
jeg
you
liker
don't
det.
even notice you're
Veldig
doing
verdt å
it.
spille.
Jeg husker det var stenkule spill.
Who are you really?
Egentlig var ganske kult, men jeg kjøpte egentlig på Metal Gear Solid 2 demo.
Ja.
You're a perpetrator and a petty hypocrite. The real world doesn't make you suffer.
Uji Shinkawa
It's the
Mech-design.
other way
Hva vil
around.
du ha i et spill?
Helt sånn.
Og gi meg et helt tomt spill med bare masse Shinkawa-design shit, så er jeg super down.
You know, when you brought back all the child soldiers who escaped, Eli knew they'd return. Needless to say, nobody said a word to him.
I guess they got a message to him somehow.
Eli wasn't put in a corner in timeout. He was locked up in that room, completely cut off from the outside world.
Then how'd he find out?
There's only one possibility I can think of. The Soviet Union has been researching military applications for psi phenomena.
Psi?
Things like psychokinesis and ESP, extrasensory perception.
You mean moving objects without touching them? Knowing what cards somebody's holding up? Psychic powers? Come on. I thought that was just another bunch of disinformation aimed at the West.
Just bear with me a second. One type of ESP is telepathy. It's the ability to know another person's thoughts through non-verbal means.
You're saying Eli read our minds?
It's the only idea that doesn't involve someone getting to him.
Ocelot.
Look, psi research isn't some hocus pocus. It's all evidence-based, scientific.
There's gotta be another explanation. Maybe one of the kids stuck a note to your back.
I hope that's the case. But I am convinced that they have, or Eli has, a connection to some force we have yet to identify. You better watch yourself, boss.
How am I supposed to do that?
If he is depending on something for help, well, that's his Achilles heel. If you can figure out what that something is, you might be able to use it against him.
I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, and the medical team is looking after the kids left on Mother Base. For the moment, they don't seem too panicked. But boss, get this. Eli got those kids to plot their armed uprising as a diversion. Also, he could steal Sahelanthropus and escape. That brat got us good. Set us up and knocked us down. And then there's that mystery.
Played us like a damn fiddle.
Those two working together, I'd say things won't be over for a long time yet.
You said it. Hey, I know that car. Rygge i søkler.
Jeg skal bare sette en ny marker der. Sånn. Og så ny PC.
Ja, nå er det en prisoner extraction.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Jeg har ikke hørt så mye på kassetter.
Nei. Training D-Dog. Ja, good times.
DD makes a pretty good partner, huh, boss?
Too early to say.
Yeah? Just seeing him come back makes me
That's
really...
all. Det er ikke too early to say.
Yeah.
He's not a husky.
You're right. Siberian Husky is a cross between a Spitz-type dog and a wolf. I think DD might have some wolf blood in him, too. He isn't just smart.
Har ikke
He's
alle
also
hunder
shown
litt
remarkable
wolfblood inni
judgment.
med
If he doesn't do what you want him to, he's just doing what he thinks is right in the situation. And he's steady under fire. Remember, he's no lab dog. But learn his strengths, and you'll understand each other soon enough. You'll make one hell of a team.
Okay.
Ocelot, why'd you take it upon yourself to train him? Why? Yeah. When's the last time you heard a wild cat raising a dog? I have an eye for him. I knew at first glance he'd make the right partner for you. And I figured it was about time he got out into the world.
So you passed him off on me. There, you see? I knew you liked him. I don't know about that yet.
Han var med smarting.
I'll spend some more time with him. You'll see how helpful he can be. What about you?
Så känner en boaster.
I prefer to work alone. Ocelots don't hunt in packs. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I'm glad you like him. He's really taking to you too. And to going on your walks. Don't be shy about taking him with you in the future. I'll think about it.
Nice. Ja vel. Hissegeng.
Ja visst. Ser de meg? Vet de hvor jeg er hen?
Ikke på det. Ingen av de som blinker I hvert fall. Det ingen som leier etter deg sånn, så.
De så meg, så de vet at jeg er her. Jeg er I full attack nå.
Ja.
Nå mister jeg det.
Helvete! Satan så kjøper de bare I den slipingen at det over. Nice, nice. De også kvinner. Nydelig. Det soft.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Nydelig. En igjen. Fuck yeah.
Spit it out.
Sure.
Ooh. Good. Det kjekt å ha det.
Ja visst.
Det en
Subject
god
on
tegner
board.
det.
Ja,
Leave the rest
synes
to
jeg.
us.
DD. Fulton.
Good dog.
Oh yes.
Kan man ta de containerne?
Go get him.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Ser ikke sånn ut.
Kan man ta motor?
Fulton.
Der noen containere bak der også. Til høyre. Andre høyre. Der, rett frem.
Se der, ja.
Så det er sikkert noe stash inn I teltet. Diamonds. blueprint på det.
Sando RGL 220.
What the hell is that? Kul den lille fanfaren som kommer.
Ja, det driver.
Da fikk vi reward for å spille inn teletekene.
Ja.
Look closely. Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely.
Nice.
But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop. The infection rate, along with the number of dead, are both on the rise. If we don't find the cause, and soon...
Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House? This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher. It could be a counterplay by Skullface.
That's insane. You mean they weaponize parasites?
Parasites as weapons. That definitely falls under the Biological Weapons Convention. But it's something the world would never see coming. And no one's ever developed a vaccine for parasites.
So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa.
It may be. But if it is, how do the Yellow Cake and Walker gears fit in? There must be something bigger we're not seeing. Anyway, our priority now is to prevent more casualties.
The medical team is studying the infection, but we can't treat anyone until we know the root cause. All we can do right now is halt the spread of infection.
Ja, det er helt konge. Han bjeffer for hver fiende han ser, liksom.
Og så er det en linse den.
Ja.
Okay.
Ah.
There's the target.
Yes.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Hey, kan jy my Afrikaans verstaan?
Klink goed vir my. Maar ek sukkel op.
Hoe het ons hier gekom? Ons, Unita, was die ouens wat die CFA gehuur.
Help nie om daaroor te kla nie. Unite kan nie eens sy manne betaal nie. Ons kan dankbaar wees op by CFA aan te teken.
Ek weet, maar hoe de hel stam ek jy daai meerderwaardige wit CFA Afrikaner? Dit is genoeg met 'n kots.
Laat maar
Hulle het
dan.
in Suid-Afrika groot geword. Apartheid is in hulle bloed.
Dis dieselfde vir die ouens wat hier is.
Maar dit was apartheid.
You gotta extract him.
Smooth.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Come on. Det var kjapt til å være i låret.
Ja.
Shit. Det var et jækla blodtrykk.
Og det er bare sniper greier som er litt rett og slett.
Driller det så hardt inn i
He's
låret.
coming too. Roger that.
Ingen her. Ja, greit.
You gotta extract him.
Så spør du fortsatt.
Ja.
This is how we recruit.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Så hva vil du si er din hovedoppgave i jobben din? Rekruttering. Jeg er en jævel på å rekruttere. Aggressiv rekruttering.
You gotta extract him.
Come on. Litt til. Hvorfor sier du hands up? Du tror ikke man skal skyte den i hodet.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Fordi hele sånn at vi dreper han.
Done. Job done.
You gotta extract him.
De beste soldatene vi finner nå er ganske bra, altså.
Det er gøy, altså. Det er ganske gøy.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. That's the target.
Sadistic Badger har fått en Distinguished Service Medal. Alright.
Okay, subject is in.
Hva skjer nå med en instant return to base?
Ja, da unlocker vi endelig noen litt større greier.
Boss, we have an emergency. There's been another outbreak of the vocal cord parasites on the base. Several men are dead. It started in the laboratory on the quarantine platform where the radiation leak occurred. I'd only just deployed the security team. I've sent in a rescue team to help, but they haven't returned. Boss, I need you on this. Come back to Mother Base ASAP.
Amateurs. What do I pay you for?
Ja, nå kommer vi til... Jeg tror dette er sånn legit etter mine favorittoppdrag i dette spillet. Ikke fra et gameplay-perspektiv, men fra et sånt, ja, bare... Du får se.
Okay.
Here we go again. There's been another
shit.
outbreak in the
Here we go
laboratory.
again.
The quarantine platform. We sent a team to investigate and recover the survivors, but they haven't returned.
There's nothing on the radio either. We got a backup team ready to go. Just give the order and
I'll go alone.
Boss, what are you... There's no need for that.
We can't afford to lose anyone else.
We have no idea what's going on
Exactly. Anyone still alive's at their breaking point. Last thing we need is another unit storming in. No telling how they'd react.
Fine. First off, check how much the infection has spread. Rescue comes next, after we know the situation. When you're ready to move, just use the iDroid.
Dramatisk.
To be continued.
Spennende. Veldig spennende.
Så legger vi an på tid, forresten. Hvor tid var det du måtte stikke?
Jeg må stikke herfra om en times tid, cirka.
Ok.
We have no idea why the parasite has showed up again. I thought we took care of it. We need more information. Find out what's going on, boss. Select a mission on your iDroid.
Right.
Det er sånn 6 år siden jeg spilte dette oppdraget, så det er kjekt å oppleve det igjen, sånn sett.
Konge.
Boss, let's go over the situation again. We've got another parasite outbreak in the laboratory on the quarantine platform.
Digger VHS-looken.
Nydelig.
What is this?
No idea.
Damn it! What the? Shit!
Nice.
We've sealed all the exits to keep it from spreading. No one's getting out.
Velkommen til survival horror-delen av Metal Gear Solid 5.
One of the researchers inside managed to isolate the parasite behind the outbreak. He faxed over his findings. Code Talker's analyzing them now.
Why this new outbreak, despite our inoculation? This is still unclear. Introducing the Wolbachia to the infected prevented symptoms during the last epidemic. The parasites lodge in the victim's throat, forming a mating pair. But the Wolbachia turns the male to female. Two females can neither copulate nor lay eggs.
That's why the rescue team went in with more Wolbachia. But the outbreak still isn't under control.
They should not be capable of laying eggs.
Well, knife,
we have a new
bounce
outbreak.
away.
Oh, yes.
And the Wolbachia have no effect. I pray this is not some new strain. If it is,
And someone may have brought it here. If there's a spy running around.
for now, we must focus on discerning the outbreak mechanism. The cases show another alarming new development.
Hey, Ida.
It is now even more difficult eggs propagate out of sight. No external symptoms. One who appears
Timing at Ida kommer rett etter jeg drar en Jurassic Park-referanse.
What the hell happened in there? Boss, I still can't raise the rescue team I sent in. We know how to proceed if we just knew how to
ikke sant, Ida.
Finding that out is part of your job in there.
Jeg bare gleder meg til å se what the hell this is. I know nothing.
Så her et tilfelle hvor storytellingen I spillet var skikkelig.
Han har skiftet klær, men han er fortsatt blodig.
Ja.
Hang on, Snake. We've just had a transmission from inside. Here's the audio.
It all makes sense now. I win.
Where's it coming from?
Unknown. It cut off before we could get a fix. It all makes sense. Think he means the parasite? No way to know. But right now, that's all we've got. Hopefully he can tell us something. We'll have to close the tent behind you, boss.
Ja,
Don't think the infection's
samtidig.
airborne, but find the source of that transmission, boss. Find our man.
You never know.
Smooth.
What is it?
Something sweet. I can smell it even through the mask.
The rescue team reported that too. Said it smelled like ripe fruit.
We cannot allow the infection to spread. If anyone shows symptoms, you must put them out of their misery.
That includes me.
All right.
Guess the parasites killed him. Don't touch him. He's covered in blood.
Jeg dør rett ved siden av deg.
Er det? Fair. Eneste med dette spillet er at styringen funker ikke så bra når du er innendørs.
Stay back! Stay back!
Alright. Hva var det han sprang?
Was that more of the message? We'll try to clean it up. He's got a mask. He's with the rescue team. And the guy from before.
Help me. Help me.
Å ja.
LOL!
What the hell were you thinking? Mission failed.
Jeg trodde det var en given at ja, her skal du skyte de
Search the
infektet, liksom.
building and locate whoever sent that transmission.
Kanskje du var litt for kjapt ute.
Det var nok det.
Guess the parasites killed him. Don't touch him. He's covered in blood.
Stay back! Stay back!
Panisk.
Kult at de oppdaterte den Staff Died Heroism minus
He's
30
got a
når han
mask.
selv hadde.
He's with the rescue team. And the guy from before. Was that more of the message? We'll try to clean it up.
Kult hvordan du ser navnet komme opp sånn.
Ja.
Staff died.
Stand back.
Step aside, boss. I just want to go outside. I can't die in this hell. I'm not infected. I can't be, right? If I am, I don't want to go out like this.
Alright.
Boss!
Black Moose!
He's wearing a mask. He's part of the rescue team. Looks like he's not the one who sent the message. I'd like to hear what he has to say, but you need to keep going. Another transmission.
Ja, det var dum goat jo.
Ja.
Man! Aw.
I have analyzed part of the data that was faxed out. It appears even those who barely spoke became symptomatic.
Shit.
This must be some kind of mutation.
Dør rett i den selvfølgelig.
Boss!
What the hell happened?
At least you're okay.
What's going on?
I win. I'm no snail.
What?
Damn it.
So he sent the transmission. Seems like he had a way of IDing who's symptomatic. But what was he trying to say? Snail. Yes, of course. It all makes sense now. Do not let anyone showing symptoms get outside.
Det er den Reddit
As
sniggering.
infection progresses, it triggers an overwhelming urge to get out in the
Reddit
open. That's the
sneglen.
parasite controlling them. Once outside, the birds will feed on infected bodies,
Shit.
spreading the parasite on land.
There we go.
You have to shoot, boss. We can't let them outside. Damn it. We can't allow any contagious individuals to leave. That's it. That's good.
Staff died, hero at the -60.
Yeah.
If you see a glow in someone's throat, that means they are infected.
A glow in
And all
someone's
you can
throat.
do is give them a quick death. He's
Release
infected.
it.
Kill him, boss. We can't save him now. I'm sorry.
Kristian dør lukter det. Ja, så tar jeg med det.
Snake! You just killed your own... Emmerich, what the hell? Nobody asked for your opinion. You expect me to just stand by and watch this?
Det at siktet viser grønt og som ikke er fiende, venn liksom.
Ja, men...
Det bruker liksom spillmekanikkene så sykt bra i dette. Ikke nailer det.
You're insane, Snake! He was one of your men! You yourself said we're a family! Or was it all lies?
Ja, stemmer det.
They'll kill me!
That's not the big
Huey,
boss I
shut the
knew.
fuck up. Din piece of shit.
Huey som en scientist burde være i hvert fall den som forstår det.
Not going outside!
Gang.
We're dead anyway. Boss! Hey! We live and die,
Man.
Holy shit.
Is he wearing a mask?
Han har masker på seg
He
her.
might not be infected.
Det er ingenting som lyser.
Examine him with those goggles.
Så musikken...
Carry the rescue team member to the exit. He's the only one not infected.
Kan du plukke opp det? Ja. Peace Walker main team.
Var det her jeg kom fra?
Ja. Hva ikke det da? Var det? Der var det. Ah, jeg liker dør.
Men jeg skal opp.
Ah, ja. That's not the big boss I knew. Der var det.
Got a survivor. Unlock the door.
Wait. I don't think I made it after all.
What? You just checked him.
Could it have progressed this quickly?
Boss, take another look at him with the goggles.
Yep.
He is infected.
I don't believe it.
Maybe it got in through my wounds. Waiting now. All of them. Do it.
I'm sorry, boss.
Convinced 6 recruits to join. Det var Hand of Jehudi. Ferdig. Bare ikke tenk. Nei, akkurat nå så har vi en infeksjon. Altså, sjefen går rundt og skyter hele haug med infiserte. Har du lyst til å joine? Ja, det. Send in cleanup crew. My work here is done. Bad guy walking. Oi, der vokste hårene.
Ja.
Ah, shit.
Nei, fucked up oppdrag dette.
Ja. Vilt. Ta av deg masker hvis du skal spy snart. Det er ikke appetittlig å spy i masker.
Ja, nei, det høres bad.
Så hører bare. Oh no! Så må du gå med, så renner det ut, under hagen. Nasty.
Jeg får frysninger av det opplegget der, faktisk. Og tanken på å spy det. Men mest det oppdraget.
Det er 22 headshots, da.
Jeg gjorde det. Minus i heroism.
Ja. RIP Diamond Dog Soldiers, special guests. Spennende! Har de masker på seg? Nei! Det har de ikke! Alright, oh well.
There's nothing we could have done for them. We're all grateful.
Noen av de kunne ikke ha skutt i hodet i stedet for i hånda.
Ja.
Men
det er litt bedre. Det er bedre.
It's your fault! They're
Come
dead
on,
because
Huey.
of you!
fuck off, Huey.
He's right. I killed him with my own hands.
They were on your side! I'm on your side! And you turned them all to ashes!
They wanted you to shoot. It was that or be burned alive. Come on. Let's get this over with.
Wait. I won't scatter your sorrow to the heartless sea. I will always be with you. Plant your roots in me.
Litt gross, men ja.
I won't see you end as ashes.
Skincare tips for Big
You're all
Boss.
diamonds.
We're not burying them at sea. What then?
I mean, we're running low on baby powder anyways. We'll be chafing sneaking
We'll make
suits.
diamonds from their ashes. Take them into battle with us.
Ooh.
A shining light to our brothers in arms, even in death.
We are
Fuck yeah. Rad.
Ja. Så ja, et av mine favorittoppdrag fra dette spillet.
Ja. Smooth.
Ja. Det er sykt hvordan bra de får til det med å bare sånn fortelle altså måten de bruker gameplay-mekanikkene på, bare forsterker hele greia så sykt mye.
Ja, det er fett, altså.
Ja. Så her er en ting nå, da. Du kan se det på skulderen. Han har en diamant der.
Awesome!
Ja. Doubting my comrades along the way. But even after all we've accomplished, the phantom pain never let up. If anything, it just got worse. But you understood that from the start, didn't you? From the moment you opened your eyes in that hospital, you knew it wouldn't go away. That you've been fighting the pain and confronting your phantoms the whole time. Knowing full well the battle would never end, not till the day you die. I respect that now, more than ever. It's an honor and a privilege, Big Boss.
En dusj, og så har vi sikkert tid til noen side missions.
Ja, kan farte litt rundt og gjøre side mission eller to, og høre på kassetter. Cutscene.
Hey.
The fuck?
Eyes on Kazuhira. A message from the parasites.
Okay.
Welcome home, boss.
Talk.
Roger. This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Jeg tar foran.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Nede i det. Høyre.
Gaining altitude.
Hva yes. Sånn.
Begynner å vakle.
Ja. Yes! Små gleder.
Ja. Den lille lydeffekten var... Oi!
Ja.
Yes.
Satisfying å få headshot i dette spillet. Altså.
Right. What we got?
Vi drar til Afghanistan.
Sure.
Det første highly skilled soldier-oppdraget, det kan vi jo gjøre.
Ja. Yes, please. Ja, du tok ikke på den grabby-armen?
Nei, det gjorde jeg ikke. Shit, ja. Jeg tror vi kan bestille den.
Smooth.
Det må vi gjøre.
Ja. Hårene tilbake igjen i normalstørrelse nå.
Ja. Men for det er faktisk en sånn gameplay-greie. Hvis du driver og myrder masse folk, så blir det stedet. Og det har vi ikke gjort så mye.
Nei.
Så derfor er det normalstørrelse. Men i den sekvensen så blir det stort, fordi det er masse folk akkurat der. Liksom.
Ja.
Det gjør litt sånn story-greie.
Okay.
After exposure to the blood of a symptomatic colleague, I found myself making my way up the stairs to this room. And I am not alone. Everyone who's infected, we've all come up here wanting to get outside. I know full well I mustn't leave, given the possibility I'm infected. Yet, I can't contain this urge I feel inside me, like the alcoholic who tries to make any excuse for one more drink. Every step I took up those stairs filled me with this sense of bliss. I still have all my wits about me. It took no time at all to rewire the electronic lock and open the emergency exit. Then, just as I was about to set foot outside, I finally realized what was going on. Desire for freedom, not my own. That of the vocal cord parasites inside me. They want the raven to feed on us.
McLaren har kjørt golf
attracted by these sweet
masse forskjellige biler.
Fett.
Og sist har Formel 1 og ikke
The sweet smell is powerful enough to attract even a species with
samme fargene.
Ja.
nose.
Det er jo Jehuti i fargene.
Before the parasites take complete control, I must. Most of the staff in here are already infected. At least everyone I've looked at is. Infection with this parasite causes a high fever in the pharynx. I have modified a pair of night vision goggles to react only to this temperature range. With these goggles, you can identify who is infected. Other infected will, like me, feel compelled to make it outside. If the ravens get their meal, they'll head for land next. That cannot be allowed to happen.
Ingen cracks. Klappepunkt.
For å gå opp der da, I guess.
Ja. Kom an! Klart opp der. Au. Og gå helt goddamn rundt alt.
Ser han meg ikke, seriøst? Der.
Det var B-laget du traff det.
Rapus.
Oi.
Konge.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Hei da.
Det er bare ganske bra når du har litt rekkevidde på den. Du må få opp det derfra.
Ja. Jeg så den var unlock allerede. Den unlocker for
development, ja.
You gotta extract him.
Fighting is broken out among staff. Ja. Å nei. For R&D-team gikk akkurat ned.
Vi mørdet nettopp en god del folk.
Ja. Du skulle satt i gang development før du begynte å skyte.
Sko vel det.
Ja.
Development hadde blitt pause. Så det hadde ikke hjulpet så mye.
Ingen som kan gjøre jobben.
Nei. Det er mer kassetter å spille av.
Well, Doctor, I have the report on the incident at the quarantine facility. Assuming the vocal cord parasite underwent a mutation. The only plausible explanations are exposure to some high-concentration mutagen or radiation. As you know, some of the staff at the quarantine facility were infected with the parasites. The Wolbachia prevented them from copulating, but the parasites themselves can't be removed from their host's vocal cords. Once you're infected with Skullface's parting gift, you're stuck with it. The researchers regularly used X-ray equipment to monitor the parasites in their throats. No problem there, they kept a close eye on the radiation doses. But that equipment didn't just give off X-rays. It was also emitting beta rays. Even though that's unnecessary for the scans. See, beta rays have far worse effects on DNA than X-rays. Meaning the only logical conclusion is that someone added in a beta ray emitter to trigger a mutation. Those beta rays leaked out from inside the equipment.
Hell yes.
Because the emitter was retrofitted, the shielding was inadequate. And the person who ordered and inspected the equipment was you, Doctor. That makes you the only person with the opportunity to install that emitter.
So now you're saying I sabotaged medical equipment for some wild plan to make the vocal cord parasite kill everyone?
Or maybe you thought it'd reveal a way to treat the parasite without using the Wolbachia. With that much to barter, I suppose some people would welcome even a pathetic cur like you.
Just stop it!
You'd have no shortage of
på
buyers,
hovet,
but most would be happy with just the parasite. You wouldn't need to offer anything else. However, if that buyer already knew about the parasite, they'd also know that by itself, it's no longer the ultimate bargaining chip it once was. To sell to that buyer, you need to throw in a bonus. A way to one-up it. There's only one buyer who'd be after that.
Emmerich, we record all communications on Mother Base. That includes radio transmissions to and from homemade devices. You've been in frequent contact with people in America. A private biotech company. A client of which is Don. And they are connected to Cypher. You made a deal with Cypher. You offered them a new parasite in exchange for your safety. This is the only place in the world where the vocal cord parasite still exists. And you used it as a testing ground. Tried to resurrect their bioweapon. But your plan to obtain the parasite has failed. Your bullshit ends now. I don't think you're leaving here alive.
Ja, det har du grunnen til at jeg har sånn pissed off på at det er Huey driver og sutter over at du dreper folk og han så drept alle livet.
Ja. Projisering kalles det.
Oh yes. Hey, Marius.
Yo, yo, yo. First time chat.
Yeah.
Kult. Jeg har ikke sett at Twitch har gjort det før.
Jeg tror det er en ganske nylig funksjon.
Ja. First time chat. Long time viewer, first time chat.
Understatement.
Critical VIP er en kokk eller noe greier.
Der er du.
Ja, nice.
Takk, D-Dog.
Thanks, D-Dog. It's a good dog.
Så stille sånn at jeg kan klappe deg.
Ingen her.
Det var en fin distraction.
Ja. For å snege.
Oh yes.
further.
Oi, sant. Du dukker ned bak her, sånn her. Perfekt.
Nice.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Oi, diamant. Det var en stor diamant. Yes. Big money. Det er en sleepy granat.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Det er ingen som sover. Der en kan du hive med sovegranaten. Eller bare CQC igjen. Åh. Jeg kommer bak der.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Oi.
Snake.
Igjen!
What took you so long?
Åh!
We'll talk, but not here.
Hideo Gear.
Det er jo faktisk brillene hans også.
Ja. Oi. Stæsj på bordet. Ah, come on. Två bak då. Inne till vänster. Det var en ledig bil også. Kjempegøy.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Jesus! Man. Sånn.
Okay, subject is in.
Good.
You gotta extract him.
Oi. Det var veldig instant plutselig. Get over here! Kanon der, altså. Ja.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Pakker snippvesker. Ja. Jeg må gjøre det. Du kan jo bli her. Siden du bor her. Ja, skal ikke...
Nei, vi drar tilbake til Mother Base.
Kjører vi på det. Eller nei, ja.
Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Squad. On station at LZ.
Nice.
Gaining altitude.
Amazing sound there. Fikk ikke skutt meg.
Nei. Oh, wow. Thunder Rhino.
Skal vi se.
Og nye side-ups. Good times.
Yeah.
Greedy hog. Han Fat Camp's finest. Så det går litt longtime-greier, ja.
Men det er ikke feil. Ganske mye GMP for det.
Smooth. Hvor mye GMP var det? 1,2 mil?
Ja.
Smooth. Predicted loss er 55%.
Nei,
Det er sånn som jeg rekrutterer sammen med noen folk, det er så.
ja. Og denne her også er
2,1.
nice.
Sweet! Let's get some dough. Good shit.
Og så kan vi også se om vi kan constructe base. Ja da, se her. R&D
R&D,
pack.
vil man ha det? Yes, please.
Ja.
Var det noe på Mother Base? Nei.
Det er ikke nok ressurser.
Nei. Cool.
Konge. Da
Da har vi det.
Da har vi det.
Good shit.
Yeah. Så ja, det var jeg fikk gjort mye i dag, selv om vi ikke hadde så mye tid som vi pleier.
Nei, så greit, så
Det
greit.
var nice, det.
Veldig gøy. Ja, jeg sjekket å få spilt litt igjen. Men
Ja.
det var en sånn siden.
Ja, visst.
Så håper det ikke er like lenge til neste gang.
Jeg tror ikke vi har ikke så veldig mye igjen nå.
Nei.
Det,
Vet ikke, jeg skal jobbe om en uke i hvert fall.
Ja, stemmer. Du jobber kveldsskift.
Kveldsskift.
Ja.
Så du er ikke med på podcasten heller.
Stemmer.
Da blir det i desember.
Ja.
Nei, det er jo om en uke det. Det er desember neste uke. What the shit, dude?
Ja.
9. Da jobber jeg dag, ja. Så da er det good.
Ja, konge.
9. og 16. ser bra ut også.
Smooth.
Så 9. og 16. Altså ikke førstkommende torsdag, men om 2 uker og om 3 uker det skal funke.
Ja.
Og om 4 uker, da er det lille julaften da. Men da jobber jeg kveldsskift uansett, så...
Ja. Og da drar nok jeg til Sauda eller noe uansett.
Ja, så kjekt. Kos.
Yeah. Tusen takk til alle dere som hang med oss.
Takk til hele gjengen.
Yes.
Og det er så kjekt å se så masse folk som er med hver gang.
Ja,
det er
awesome.
Setter pris på sånt.
Yes.
Så ses vi i hvert fall om 2 uker. Podcast med alle utenom meg på tirsdag.
Ja. Og torsdag kommer den ut, men tirsdag ser vi på Twitch her.
Ja. Good shit.
Yeah.
Men da snakkes vi neste gang.
Hei da.
Hei da.